Now we want to talk about persuasive communication. What is persuasive communication? Now, the act of presenting argument to move, to motivate, or to change the behavior of your organization is called persuasion. Persuasion can be either implicit or explicit. Motivation will involve force, a stimulus, or enough influence to bring about a change in behavior. Motivation is the stimulus, while persuasion is the process that compels your audience to change their belief and behaviors, adopt your place, and relate to your argument. Now, what are the principles that is common to persuasive communication? Social psychologist Robert Cialdini mentioned that there are 6 principles of persuasion that are impactful and effective. The first is reciprocity. Okay? Reciprocity is the expectation for the exchange of service or values mutually I would say mutual expectation. You build a moment making people feel urged from their social norms and standards to reciprocate once you take the lead and give the direction. That is the first one. The second one is scarcity. People are generally attracted to something rare and exclusive. Scarcity is the idea of limited supply or inadequate resources. Next one is authority. Trust is the most important virtue to the decision of purchase. For example, your expertise need to be known for you to gain credibility. Referencing expert and expertise involve the principle of authority. Commitment and consistency. Now, it is difficult to recall an oral communication at all times, to use oral communication at all times. The principle of commitment and consistency bring the social standard of respecting one's words by bear during the interaction. This is what the Malay said. The English take what the talk, the Malay will say, I would say, cakap serupa bikin lah. Commitment and consistency. Consensus. Yeah. So people tend to look at each other while making a decision. The herd mentality prevails among humans at a high level across humanity. When we don't have enough information about something, we tend to follow others. Yeah? The tendency, the individual to follow the leaders of the group is the principle of consensus. I follow you. That kind of mentality. The next one is liking. That's why it's liking. Effective communication goes hand in hand with safety. We are more likely to make conversation or interact only when we feel safe. Okay? Only when we feel safe. So if we don't feel safe, we normally do not want to interact. Okay? We are drawn to people who is like us and communicate to us like our friends. This is quite effective. We are also attracted to people who are like us, irrespective of our race or our social economic background. So what are the desired effects of persuasive communication? The objective of persuasive communication include to stimulate, convince, and call to action. Stimulates to strengthen our belief and bring us to the foreground. Facts need to be presented. This way, the issue is delivered to the issue is delivered to the surface, open table. People will actually understand. There is no hiding. You can keep in mind that common ground and shared belief, and then introduce information that the audience may not be aware of. So common ground serves as a strategy to stimulate interest. Everything on the table. Convince. The objective is to bring change in belief, attitude, judgment, and values of our audience or the people that we intended to communicate. As the people may involve biasness in their judgment, we need to plan few valid points for them to listen to us and to understand our topic. If the audience agrees with us, then they will tend to look for solutions. Then we may refer ideas or better alternative and then recommend for an improved action. The third one is call for action. In this option, we call our audience to action by getting their attention, because when to persuade them, we need to get their attention. Macam Datuk Wida, Alif, something like that lah, Alif Shukri, Wida, those are actually, they're using call for attention, call to action. They want to get people to them by getting their attention. The objective is to create curiosity, solve a problem, or propose a range of options as solutions. So when we talk about persuasion, we need to have strategy. Persuasion requires a truthful and well-organized presentation of facts, upon which people may choose to act. Being persuasive in communication involves, first, understanding our idea, knowing what are the options, being well informed about ideas and options. The ideas of options should be used and the impact should be monitored. Comparing our ideas with other team members and request feedback from them will be good for us to understand and answer the question like, is it working? Is it not working? Is it a better option or is it not a better option? And then we need to understand, after we understand our own idea and options, we need to know the audience. Who is our audience? Who in the audience that we are targeting? What they want? Is the message directed towards a person or a group? What are the common things between the individual and the group? What are the goals, work, education pursued by the group of individuals? How will cultural differences affect our ideas? This requires prediction of the argument that might come from our audience, and having a reasonable response to this argument will be very good. So persuasive communication is important for us to understand and to be able to, I would say, influence people with our ideas. To influence people with our ideas.